Wallace Runnymede Satire Catastrophes, Volume 1, Story 3. Nancy Pelosi Slams Barbaric Vatican Regime. It seems not everybody is charmed by Pope Francis. Hope you were sitting down when I said that. Indeed, one prominent US politician, Nancy Pelosi, is planning very, very stern measures indeed to punish what she considers to be the right-wing, unaccountable, and generally depraved policies and order of governance by His Holiness. Hence a tearful YouTube video which, that's right, Britney Spears has already endorsed it. Madonna and Chris Crocker, on the other hand, have swiftly condemned it as shamefully divisive. As for Barry Crocker, well, I've no idea because nobody watches Australian soap operas nowadays anyway. Sorry, Blue. Anyway, more to the point. Pelosi proclaims,
"The church humiliated me because of my principled, postmodern but not particularly posthumanist, not quite vulgar modernist but kind of getting there a little bit, quasi-neoconservative, liberal, humanitarian, global hegemonic moral stances. Choice-blading patriarchal clerics who've merely gone to some silly misogynistic seminary I've never heard of, and who've merely spent a decade of painstaking historical and contextual theological studies, have no right whatsoever to define Catholicism for me. I'm Nancy Pelosi. I'm from the government, and most of all, I'm your dear, dear friend. I'm an individual, not a slavish devotee of some conformist ideology. I'm not even sure if they will allow me to take the sacraments. That wounds me so much. Oh, how cruel you are. If only you knew how we feel. If only you knew how John Kerry's project of our common humanity is threatened by the cavilling of dusty pedants and conservative scribes and Pharisees. I guess there's nothing less against Christian teaching than making someone feel small and unrecognized. No, don't talk to me about Fred Phelps and other typical GOP bigots. They don't count as Christians anyway, because they attempt to arbitrarily define the boundaries of who is in and who is out. I would never do that. Except just now, but consistency is the hobgoblin of small minds. But more importantly, I've always been loyal to the church, just like Saint Teresa of Avila or the Blessed Madonna. Both of them, or indeed the Virgin Mary as well, I guess. But now every day of our lives, they're telling me and 1 billion other faithful Catholics what to do and what not to do. When that's not appropriate, I'll be the one to decide whether or not I am a true Catholic, not some priest in a dress. That's why I'm calling for sanctions against the brutal, anti-freedom, whatever the word is, libertarian individualist regime of anti-Pope Francis. You know, all these secular leaders in the Middle East that we're opposed to, they've only been round a few years or decades. The Antichrist, the anti-Pope, has been around for about 2,000 years. Well, I think it's about time we stopped appeasing this wicked free market dictator, Pope Francis, and started making him accountable to the international community. Shit, that one's getting really old. Jesus had 12 disciples to whom all judgment was committed. Nice quote, mine there. So we're about the same in number as the disciples, the entire international community, every one of us. I mean, mathematics is fairly important, you know, even if it's socially constructed. Now listen here, young man. You may quote this speech, for you may have your freedom of speech, provided it's balanced with accountability. Oh, bet you didn't see that one coming. Well, we will start by severing ties with the Vatican and stopping people from the Pope's barbaric regime entering the USA. Unless, of course, they are coming to grovel on bended knee and ask every single true, authentic, God-fearing Catholic for forgiveness. Well, enough is enough. We can't just sit there. We have to stop this wicked man from destroying our country. It's the only Christian thing to do.
Pope Francis was largely unconcerned regarding Pelosi's video. Ted Cruz, however, was just a tiny smidgen less happy.